we've got warm up on the bar, guys. Let's get it in. Let's get some Fairlife in first, though, guys. Good stuff. All right. Still waiting on that email for this Fairlife sponsorship. We can make a lot happen with that. All right. So, what's up, Sray? How's it going, Tyler? What's up, everybody? It's that time of night, guys. We got a little warm-up weight on the bar. We're about to find out, Tom. We didn't get the chance to PR the end of last week because we were here late all last week. So we didn't have any spotters, but hopefully once we get to our warm-up position, looks like we probably will have a spotter tonight, which is really awesome. So something we didn't have a lot of last week. So even at the other gym, there wasn't a lot of people. It was very, very lax. I think school just got out in this area, so we had a lot of people not coming into the gym, kind of going on their vacations. So, all right, let me grab this real quick. But we feel amazing tonight, so there's that. I do feel really good. I feel like, I don't know, it just feels like a good night, best way to put it. So I do think we'll be tapping on some PRs tonight, hopefully. Ooh. I appreciate it. First like from Dakota tonight. Look at that. Appreciate the like, Dakota. I do. It helps out a lot. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Easiest way is to like and subscribe. But I'm here every night, guys. All right. 225. We're gonna do a lot of singles, I think, tonight. Yes, I'm 100% natural. We're gonna do a lot of singles tonight because we're gonna go for a PR. So, well, the plan is to go for a PR. Let's see how it feels. Let's do a double here, though. One double at 225. One double at 225. All right. Let's go 245 single, and then we'll go maybe 265 single, and then we'll decide what we're doing. I think we'll be able to tell within the next two kind of lightweight works what we're doing. So, how many reps of 225 can I do? I don't know, like 21 probably, 20, 21 reps. That's what I've been saying for a while. It may be more than that now, but comfortably, I imagine around that range. Not quite like what is the NFL Combine record, like 55 or something reps of 225, some crazy number. Not quite there yet. That being said, I don't train like high rep work normally. If I was to train just to get as many reps at 225 as possible for a few months, I probably could get for a few months, for like half a year maybe, I could probably get my total up to around 30 or 40, maybe 50, it'd be possible. But it's a very different type of training for that endurance work. So, all right. Another single, let's get this blood flowing, guys. Whee! Yeah, so as proof positive, guys, there's a difference between being large and being strong, right? Now, they correlate to some extent, but they're not one and the same. Because I know you have lifters that bench, 3 times the amount that the same size bodybuilders bench, So it just, yeah, the camera is a little deceptive. I'm gonna be fair on that, guys. I'll take the attention that it garners, right? But the camera is a little deceptive. I am a little bit larger in person than I do appear on camera. It's not like me trying to talk myself up, because it's more impressive the smaller I look and the more I lift. But I am 180. 490 is my deadlift. Yeah, I'm definitely not 6'3", and I'm not 300 pounds. 5'11", 180 pounds. 5'11", 180 pounds. So, but it's highly dependent on your muscle mass, how dense your muscle is on what you're going to be lifting, right? So you have big fluffy muscle and look large, right? But that's different. It's different than being very dense, very lower body fat percentage also makes a difference. The difference between someone at like 11 to 13% body fat, 11 to 13%, 5'11", full cold soul, 5'11". But yeah, so the difference between someone that's like 13% body fat and someone that's like even like 17, 18, 19%, right? It doesn't seem like that big of a difference, like 5 to 7% difference there, right? But it significantly increases the overall size of the body because it's a percentage, right? It's one of those things is like someone that benches 315 at 8% body fat and someone that benches 315 at 20% body fat. Very different body types, even though strength wise it's similar. So chest day's the best day. What's up, Tom? Just be as strong as humanly possible. Sorry, I'm 5'11", so you are correct, I'm not 5'10". I don't smoke. So yeah, smoking is going to be, regardless of what you're smoking, inhaling anything that you're not supposed to inhale is going to affect you as far as your growth. So most things, there's probably very few exceptions to that rule, all right? Best thing to do is don't inhale things you're not supposed to inhale. Not quite. So there is a lot of advantage to doing 1 reps. We're warming up for a PR tonight, is why we're doing 1 reps at this lower weight. But even when you're working at higher weights, 1 rep is still going to encourage muscle growth. It doesn't matter if you lift it once or if you lift it 20 times, you're going to have muscle grow. It's just at what rate, what type of muscle fibers are. It's a lot of different factors involved, right? And I get a lot of volume throughout the week. So normal sleeves, I didn't purchase extra small sleeves. normal sleeves. It's the arms that make them tight, all right? I don't know if your store does custom sleeves or not, but all right, one more warm-up rep, guys. 315. No, let's add 2 more 10s, and then we'll warm up with 2 more 10s here. All right. So 285. One more warm up single, and then we'll talk about.
Have a good night.
Have a good one. The arms are not tense at all. We're doing just fine, boss. We're doing just fine. Yeah, my store doesn't do custom sleeves, all right? So the store I buy my clothes at just sells the clothes as they are. I don't get custom sleeves done. Don't know yet, Tom. Don't know yet, Tom. We're going to figure that out here in a second. Probably 370, Tom. Probably 370 since it's been fighting it so much. It's a very intense question, but hold on one second. Believe it or not, I've never watched More Plates, More Dates, like the content or any of that. I don't follow it at all, 0%. I don't know if it's good or bad content. It's not my stuff. I don't watch much stuff. I don't have a lot of free time, guys. I need another plate, guys. Hold on. Need another plate, guys. What's up? What's up? What takes up my time? I have a family. I have a family. That's what takes up my time mostly. Don't need more dates. I'm married. JP, I'm married. I've got 3 children actually. That's what takes up the majority of my time is the family. All right. 315. That'd be 365. 370. All right. Let me get a different angle here. So in case, once we hit it, I'll have it for clips, you know what I'm saying? All right. So the thing is if you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna have a tough time taking care of other humans. You gotta find areas to sacrifice. I wouldn't recommend making your personal health and fitness the area that you decide to sacrifice. Generally, we all have hobbies or tasks or things that we do on a daily basis that we can cut from our routine and not see much of an effect. I don't go out. I don't do things other than the gym and family life and work. So I don't drink. I don't party. I don't do a lot of those other extracurricular activities. So I have plenty of time for my fitness, which also happens to be my career. But I also have time for the family that way. I just know what my focuses are. Once you know what your focuses are and your fitness is actually a focus for you, it's easy to put that into perspective. Like, okay, I need time for fitness. I need time for family. And then you've got your work that you kind of have already set in stone generally. So we're about to. I'm gonna grab a spotter here in a second, but the person I was gonna grab to spot me went to the restroom, I think. So give me just a second. As soon as they come out the restroom, we'll make this PR attempt. Do I take GNC? So GNC products, not specifically. I've taken GNC's protein powders in the past and their creatine. I have no problem with GNC products personally, but I don't take GNC's branded products right now. So, I take creatine and pre-workout though. Hey, boss man. Can you spot me real quick? Can you spot me real quick? I'm gonna grab one. It's a PR attempt, so I'll let you know if I need help. Yeah. I will let you know. Damn it. Oh, that's not quite.
You gonna get it, bro.
It's been fighting me for 2 weeks though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What is it?
370. It's been fighting me for 2 weeks.
For real?
Yeah. Good. I'm gonna go for it again here in a minute. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
For sure. You still want me to spot you again?
Yeah, I'll let you know. Appreciate it.
All right.
It's so close, guys. It's so close. So what I'm trying to prevent, guys, right, is I don't want a huge amount of momentum off the chest. I don't want a huge amount of momentum off the chest. We're too close to our next competition to be playing with momentum. So. If I drive it super hard, so if I just kind of go, I'm debating right now, right? So I could drive super quick into the chest and definitely hit it, I feel like. Powerlifting, I compete powerlifting. No, absolutely not, Tom. No weekends off, Tom. So here's the thing, guys. So, since we've started streaming, we bumped everything. Like we bumped this, our bench 10 pounds. Usually, 30 or 40 pounds. 30 or 40, 50 pounds, I think 40 or 50 pounds a year is pretty solid, is what we usually see year to year when we weren't bulking. Now that we're bulking, we're going to hopefully see more than that. Now that we're letting our body weight go up, but I was doing that average, maybe more average when I was maintaining. So, but I do think that it's just there's one thing that's gonna, once it gives, we hit one of these walls every now and again, guys. So 450 moved super quick, and then we immediately grabbed 455, and then 460 moved, and it took us about a week, and we hit 465, right? So we've jumped pretty significantly over the past few months. It's just a matter of once in a blue moon, you're gonna find one of these numbers that wants to fight you guys, and that's the thing. Some people, you'll hit it at 225 and you'll have a little bit of a bump. Sometimes you'll do it at 300, sometimes you'll do it at 350, sometimes it'll be 315. You always have these numbers that fight you a little bit more. And the goal, what I tend to do is I try and figure out where I'm suffering at. Like, is it my tricep? And my front shoulder isn't helping me at all? Is my chest the problem? Like, where do I need to train harder? But unless you hit these little road bumps, you'll never know. So. Always a clean bulk. Always a clean bulk. I don't drink. So I don't think it's my shoulders, Tom. I doubt it's my shoulders. I don't think it's my triceps either, to be honest. I think it's more mental than anything. I feel like I'm slowing myself down. So when I'm benching these PR numbers, I've changed my strategy a little bit. What I've been doing recently is I've been trying to come down and not quite bounce as much coming off the chest on PR numbers. But normally what I do is I use the momentum the first few times that I do a PR, right? I really drive momentum. And maybe I need to stop getting my own head and deciding that I need to take the momentum out for now. Need to let the momentum happen and then start slowing it back down. I think I've just gotten into my own brain and I'm messing with myself. What's up, Michael? I think I'm just in my own head. I think that's all it is. A big back slap. That's what I need, right? Chest is my primary focus. I'm a bench specialist. It's where I focus primarily. So. All right, 10 more seconds, guys, and I'm going to grab this. We're going to go for attempt number two, guys. We're so close. It felt so good. I'm a strength coach full time. All right, so we spent a lot on that last press, so I don't expect this to be significantly better than the last one, but we're gonna go for it a second time because why not, right? Because why not? I do in-person training, it's right. You mind spot quick? All right. See if I can drive through this one a little bit more. Not happening tonight, guys. I appreciate you, boss.
Sure.
It's not happening tonight, guys.
I'm gonna get it. I'll give you another week. You're gonna push it through, bro.
Yeah, I need to move a little quicker than that, though. Just need to do better. That's all I gotta do. Yeah, I know. That was the second round of that, so I expect it to be a little rough.
All right, so have a nice one.
Yeah, have a good one. Appreciate your box. My PR is 365. This is literally a 5-pound jump. But sometimes you have those sticking points, guys. You just got to keep pressing. Got to keep pressing and pushing through it. Woo-wee! Yeah, there you go, action. You just got to keep pressing. We're right there. I think we'll get it this week. I think I want to say the biggest issue that so some people aren't going to like what I could definitely do 365. 365 is moving just fine, Tom. I think we did 360 last week, Tom, and it moved just fine. It was like 360 or something along those lines. It's still moving just fine. So definitely not, Tom. Definitely not. Yeah, well, this is our third time attempting a 370 bench, and it's better than the first two times we did, so it's getting there. It's getting there. Monday is not usually our PR day, no. We usually don't PR till Wednesday, but I feel pretty good. I'm not going to take weekends off, Tom. I'm not taking weekends off, Tom. I'm natural. If you want to take stuff like that, that's your prerogative. But I'm natural. What's up, Sonic? Welcome back, guys. When your goal is to stay strong for your body weight, you're not gonna. Even when you're bulking at that point, you're not gonna see, 20-pound jumps in a month typically, right? So I'm still within my expectation of the current time frame. I'm still very much within my expectation for the time frame. We had some big jumps, a little bit of a slowdown, but that's not going to hurt us. A little bit of a slowdown, but that's not going to hurt us. Andrew seems very angry. I don't even know if I've ever seen Andrew in the chat. Yeah, I got him. Very, very angry Andrew. Some people aren't going to like the next thing I say, and there's a reason why you're not going to like it. So just stay tuned, listen to my whole explanation. Are you guys ready for this? So the other gym where we were going, original gym, it is not that gym's fault. But I do think I have been spending a little bit more energy at that gym, like more repetition. And I think that has slowed me down just a little bit. Burning unnecessary calories to play with the new machines. Now that we've got that out of our system, I don't think we should stop going to that gym. I just think that that definitely slowed us down a little bit because we were doing extra chest presses, extra shoulder presses. We were doing all of this stuff that is definitely more bodybuilding-esque, which was fun. I wanted to try those machines, but I do think that we got off track a little bit because of the cool machines, cool environment. We're not going to stop going there, but we're probably going to stop doing 3 extra movements a night and focus back up. So we're gonna start climbing back up, Saray. So we didn't quite get the 370. We got super close on the first attempt. We're gonna go 335 and hit this for a single or a double, and then we'll talk about it. So yes, I'm in the US. There's no telling. So there's a variety of things it could be. Mind you guys, I'm also working a lot more than I normally do right now, just because it's a busy season for me. You know, a lot of vacations happening and stuff. So I'm doing a lot more. You know, instead of meeting with just a few clients a day, I'm sometimes meeting with 5 or 6, 7 clients. So I'm doing a lot more. So it might just be I'm lower energy. There's a lot of reasons what it could be. I believe you could. All right, we got 335 on here. We're gonna do this, and then we'll climb back up and see how it feels. All right. Nice little pause rep at 335, felt pretty good. Little pause rep. Yeah, but you know how I am, Action. I'm fueled by results, right? Fueled by results. Woo-wee! There we go. All right, let's add 5 more pounds. Go 340. So what I think the game plan is over this week, right? So 2 things we're going to be doing. We're going to be focusing up on our big movements and grabbing some PRs over the next week or 2, right? But also we're adding in some extra squats and leg movements. So we're going to be doing some form of squat every day this week. As far as I can tell at the moment, that's the plan. So, not quite at 405 yet. We'll get there. So we'll get there. It's a process, guys. It's a process. So, what's up, Shanu? Mosquito in here. It's a process, guys. You're gonna have bumps in the road. It is a big jump, yes. This is 340 on here now. I've got to go back and look at that bench. I'll be able to tell where I messed up. If there was anything, it might just be an energy thing. So, nice, awesome. We had a spotter earlier. Dumbbells are a very different movement. 340, guys. Let me grab this. why I decided to Larson press it, but it felt okay. It moved a little slow. Mind you, we've already done 2 370 attempts tonight, so a little spent. But we still 340 Larson, which means we're still doing all right. Yeah, we had our feet off the ground, twins. To be fair, 0 leg drive involved there. It's going to slow down a bit for 0 leg drive. Larson pressing is a very different beast. Very different beast. Very different beast. I think so. I think it's more mental than anything. I think I'm getting in my own way a little bit because it doesn't feel that heavy, guys. And watch, I'm gonna hit 370, and then a week later I'll hit 375. I do like dumbbell press, Ryan. It's just a very different movement. The way you have to stabilize the weight, and you know where it lands on the chest is very different. There's no compensation from one side to the other, you know. So. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. But the problem with dumbbell press here is we only go up to a 100-pound dumbbell. So we attempted 370 tonight, twins. We got about that far out from it. I think we'll get it Wednesday, maybe tomorrow. It's either gonna be today or tomorrow or the next day. 315 is a solid bench press, Tone. So I think we'll get 370 this week for sure. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. All right. I feel the 370 is happening this week. So it didn't feel heavy. It just, we got to that lockout and it just paused. What's up, David? What's up, David? Ugh. What do I think helps the most with my PRs? Honestly, guys, there's no one item. I'm gonna get the PR. Don't worry, guys. We attempted it twice, David. We just about hit it the first time. I mean, we were, from what it sounded like, obviously I haven't watched the video back yet. It sounded like we were at lockout. When I bench press, guys, everything else closes off, right? I don't see, I don't hear, it's bench press, right? So I'm being legitimate. Like my vision goes out, like I'm just pressing a bar. It's the mindset I get into. So I don't know where I was at when we didn't lock it out. But I know that we were close. So I had to go back and watch it. Yes, those are 45s. Those are 45s. So sleeper build. What, guys? Explain sleeper build to me real quick. I want someone to explain sleeper build to me real quick because I know what it means as far as automotive is concerned. But you can just wear a big T-shirt and develop a sleeper build. It sounds like. Yeah, I could throw my glutes up in the air, Tom, but we're not doing that. We're not gonna cheat our 370 PR. I want it to be legitimate. All right, let's figure out what we're doing here. We're gonna leave let's go. You know what? Let's do one more rep at 340, one more rep at 340, regular press, and then we'll decide what we're going to stack on there. No, we didn't skip legs. We didn't skip legs. Legs are very, very good, very good. All right. Let's grab this. Let's grab this. If I didn't dress up, gotta dress up for the gym, man. I'm natural, but if that's what you guys like to do, that's up to you. I'm natural though. So, all right. 340. One more 340 press, and then we'll talk about what we're doing next. Let's go. 340 is easy, guys. It's got to the point where 340 isn't even like making me happy anymore. 365 doesn't make me happy anymore. I need that 370 so bad. Yeah, so I had my feet on the ground for that one. Larson presses, guys, for those that aren't aware, when you Larson press, you have no leg drive. Your Larson press is typically going to be 20 pounds less on average than your bench press unless you really use leg drive. If you are abusing leg drive, maybe more. But normally 20 pounds difference with no leg drive to leg drive. Also about the same for your pause reps compared to your non-pause reps. So all right. We're going to do one more press. We'll do one more, like maybe we'll do a double or something at 315. I don't know. Just cut my body weight and hit 350 for a world record real quick. All right. Let's go back down to 315, guys. We're going to hit 315 for a couple of reps, I think. And then tomorrow we're going to conserve a little energy for the bench. We're not doing 10 reps of anything. We don't do anything over 7. All right, see you. We're gonna overcome this small plateau, very, very small plateau. All right. If I was willing to dirty bulk, we probably be looking at a much quicker climb, but not willing to do that. Not willing to sacrifice my health, you know what I'm saying, and my aesthetic for to that extent. No bad food for me. No bad food for me. Slam down some Chinese food, you know, put the weight on fast. In my world, anything over 7, 8 is on the cusp, but anything over 7 is considered cardio in my world. So, all right. Let's grab another rep here, guys. Let's grab another rep here. 315, right? Yeah, 315, nothing heavy. I do have a tank top under this, and I'm starting to sweat. So we're gonna go down to the tank, guys. We're gonna go down to the tank. Hold on. Going down to the tank top, guys. All right. Let me hang this up. So 315. What's up? Yep. Woo-wee! Let's go. A little 315 triple. Love Bug, what's up? Three piece. We don't need a spot for 315. 315's a warm-up weight. We did grab a spot for the 370 attempts tonight, but no spot for 315. 315's warm-up weight. I weigh 180. I'm 5'11", 30 years old. I weigh 180, and I'm 100% natural. I could 1v1 a lion, easy work. I can 1v1 a lion in a heartbeat. Yeah. Well, lion is definitely 1v1able. I do take creatine. I take creatine in pre-workout. Oh, for those of you that don't know, this is a long story, so I'm not going to go into the story. I'm going to bench this. But I have truly, this is 100% honest, been bitten by a tiger. I have been bitten by a tiger one time in my life. I have been bitten by a tiger. Lion doesn't scare me, all right? Do I eat red meat? Yes, I do eat a lot of red meat. It was like 4 years ago. I was bit by a tiger like 4 or 5 years ago. I'll explain it in a minute. It'll make a lot more sense. All right. There's a lot of variables I'm not giving with that. There's a lot of variables. We've talked about it on stream before. Those that know, you know what I'm saying? So it was a legitimate tiger bite. It was also a baby tiger. But you know, there's that's the stuff we don't talk about. It might have been a juvenile tiger, all right? I take about 15 grams of creatine a day personally. So I got the opportunity to do a private encounter with some animals. A giraffe, a pink fairy armadillo, some marsupials, and a baby tiger. I got to play tug of war with a baby tiger. It just got in my lap. It just let in a room with us, right? Got to play tug of war with a baby tiger, and it nipped my hand during the process. All right. So it is part of my canon story that I have been bit by a tiger. This armadillo was very nice. Oh, and I got to hold a joey, like a baby kangaroo. It was in like a little pouchy thing. It was asleep. I'm looking. I found a couple of the photos. I'm looking for a photo of the tiger, but I do vaguely remember us not taking a lot of photos. We didn't take any with the baby giraffe because you're standing underneath a baby giraffe. It's just not my wife got kicked by the giraffe actually. She wasn't feeding it saltines fast enough. How many grams do I take a day of creatine? 15 grams of creatine a day, personally. Yeah, I take 15 grams of creatine a day. No, I'll be okay, twins. I appreciate the concern though. It's very dependent. So Twins Fitness is very dependent on your body weight and your muscle mass. So just like any other thing, right? Someone with more muscle it could potentially need more of certain nutrients to support said muscle. So it's not a one size fits all. It's not a one size fits all. It's not one size fits all. And your risk of anything, as long as you stay, so the reason why people get So the reason why the general consensus is 5 grams is generally because most people, when they're making labels like that, they're making it for the general public, right? But go check on your favorite athlete, your favorite bodybuilder, your favorite power lifter, strongman, whatever else. If they have listed their supplement stack, take a look at their creatine intake. I'm willing to bet it's significantly more than 5 grams. So they give creatine to elderly people more than 5 grams, actually. There's elderly people that take over 5 grams of creatine and are doing fine. Now, is that for everybody? No. If you have kidney issues, you need to be more careful. Talk to your doctor. Obviously, I'm not recommending other people take 15 grams. It's just what I take. So. Creatine's great. Creatine's a great supplement. It's used in a clinical setting now. I don't know how widely, but it is used in clinical setting now. It's a very well researched supplement. So, but all I take is pre-workout and creatine, right? And I take 10 grams of monohydrate creatine, and then I get 5 grams of monohydrate separate on top of the 10 pure from my pre-workout. So. All right. I take my creatine and my pre-workout together, yes. So I dry scoop 2 scoops of creatine into my mouth, 5 grams a scoop. And then I do 1 scoop dry of my pre-workout and just boop. And then about 10 ounces of water behind that. So. Most pre-workouts will have creatine, yes. The body does make creatine naturally, yes. Or if we get it from our food, our body uses creatine naturally. We have a creatine store in our body. But yes, creatine is a naturally occurring thing. Now, as far as making supplemental creatine, I'm sure there's synthetic ways to make it. That was our 7th rep of 315 for the night. So we're gonna call 315 for the night, call our bench for the night. We're gonna go curl. We're gonna go curl. Right. is warm up and drop weight. Warm up and drop set weight. All right, we're gonna do some curls, guys. We're gonna do some curls. No shrugs, no shrugs. I don't typically do shrugs. Ugh. Yeah, I'm the only one here. I'm usually the only one here tonight. There was other people here earlier. Loading periods on creatine are a thing, yes. There is such a thing as a loading period for sure. That being said, I don't know that I did a loading period with my creatine. I probably did. I mean, every day is a loading period for me though, right? So. Yeah, I get blood work done on a routine basis. I have no thyroid, guys, so I get blood work done periodically. I'm doing okay. My vitals, my blood works have all come back top tier. All right. I have a very, very healthy diet. I have a very, very active life. I'm doing okay. 20 grams of caffeine. That'd be an unsafe level of caffeination. Do I eat Chipotle? If I am on vacation and there's nowhere else to stop, I'll eat a brown rice and chicken bowl from Chipotle with some shredded cheese. But that's almost exactly what'll be in there. Chicken, brown rice, shredded cheese. So, all right, I'm gonna grab this bar right here. Just some bicep curls, guys. Easy work. Why would I put a belt on? Belt for what? For curls. I don't think I've ever curled in a belt. I don't think I've ever curled in a belt. There was plenty of control. Plenty of control. That was our warm-up set. That was our warm-up set. What was that? Like 115. 115 for the warm-up. We're gonna go. This will be 130. No, 125. We're about to go 125. So, it depends on what you consider slow. I have a controlled eccentric, but not a slow eccentric. We don't do anything slowly here. My legs tend to be pretty strong, to be honest. We do legs every night. I have proven time and time again I do legs. Time and time again. I just posted some a leg thing the other day, all right? All right. Yeah. This is like 125. How long have I been training? 5 years. 5 years. The next question is usually what are my PRs? I have a 365 bench. I have a 1240 total with a 365 bench currently. 5'11", 30 years old, natural. There's all the 180 pounds. Strength is the goal, always. Absolutely not, Tom. Absolutely not. Strength is always the goal. I have no idea what size my arms are. Powerlifting is my sport. I'm a professional powerlifter. I lift and get paid to do it. So, no idea. No idea, honestly. No idea what size my arms are. I know what I can curl. I know what I can curl. You don't like lifting, Zach? Is that what I'm gathering? You don't like lifting, Zach? Is that what I'm gathering? There's no reason to hate lifting. You can too. You can too be a lifter, Zach. You can too be a lifter. I have no idea. I have no idea. Well, that's your, I don't know, that's your perspective, Zach. I don't know what to tell you. This is a powerlifting stream, Zach, so you'd expect a lot of powerlifting type stuff. That sounds like you're a little bit sensitive to the lifting, Zach. Zach, lifting is for everybody, Zach. Lifting is for everybody, all right? Lifting is for everybody. It's one of the reasons why it's such a great sport when it comes to powerlifting. One of the reasons I love powerlifting is everybody can get involved, right? Everybody can get involved. I'm just going to go ahead and remove Zach from the chat. Hold on. Zach, you're going on a timeout. There you go. You're on a timeout, Zach. We've done sit-ups on stream. It's not really part of my routine. Probably a blood pressure, or it could be a blood sugar issue. There's a lot of things that can cause you to get dizzy. I'd have to know a lot more information. If you're getting dizzy after doing your reps, you might want to take a step back and figure out why. Acutely, that's not as big an issue as it is if it's happening consistently. If you're consistently getting dizzy after 5 to 7 reps, even heavy, you should probably figure out why. You might even need to go to see a doctor if it's super consistent. Mind you guys, dizziness could be something as benign as your blood pressure got a little too high, and it could be something as serious as like you're having heart problems. Like there's a very big range of things that dizziness could be. So I'm not going to give you advice. I'm not going to give you advice on dizziness. My advice is if it's a consistent issue, you should probably go talk to your doctor. Blood pressure is usually the answer, but I am not a doctor. So that I can't, my best advice is I can't give you advice on that. So no, the pectoral's up pretty good. Mind you guys, I have a concave in my chest, so everything kind of draws in. So the pectoral is rounded here. But that also allows me to grow a larger pectoral without having it look awkward on the body. Does that make sense? So I do have a small concave here. So that is usually what does that. Don't need any weighted ab work specifically. We do it from time to time. Yeah. Let's add some more weight. Let's do a heavy curl. Yes, they're very real weights. The best way to increase your bench is bench. I know it sounds like I'm just putting your question off, but it's true. Specificity is a big deal. Weighted dips are helpful, sure. So yeah, when you're doing heavy compound movement consistently, you don't absolutely have to incorporate separate abdominal movement. So if you're bodybuilding, separate abdominal movement is super, super useful, right? Because you're doing a lot, and you're getting a lot of core work done. Don't get me wrong with your compound still, but heavy compound movement, your core has to be in use during those movements. So if you're not engaging your core during those movements, you're not getting the most out of the workout. Another thing to realize is the volume at which that I train in this building, right? So you guys see my workout, right? But you guys don't see the 3 to 7 hours a day, depending on the day, that I'm in here demonstrating and doing these movements for 3 to 5 hours before the stream. So like today, before the stream, I was in here for probably 4 hours, demoing, helping people with movements, moving weights around, doing things along those lines. I'm a professional strength trainer as well. So I'm consistently doing these movements to help other people, get their forms down or tweak things. Even when it's a small tweak, someone's working with for a while, once in a blue moon, I'll re-demo a movement if for some reason they're getting a little shaky on it, right? So, do I bartend? I don't bartend. I also don't drink. Bartending wouldn't help me. I do not own this gym, no. This is called Barbell's Gym. I take in a lot more than 1 gram to 1 pound of body weight. That's a conversion a lot of people use, or a number that a lot of people use, but that's not what I use personally. I do not own this gym. I do not own this gym. I managed this gym. I resigned my management position because my schedule is so busy. I just didn't have time for the management position. So. Is anyone here right now? No one's here right now. It's a 24-hour gym. It's check in, check out. I'm not in California. No, I'm in South Carolina. Yeah, you just get like a little key tag and you just beep in, and then you walk back out when you're done. 24-hour gym. I don't plan on going to Peru anytime soon. There's only 2 places I will ever travel to, most likely, and one of them's like 50-50. At some point, I will travel to Japan. My wife is a big fan of Pokemon, so am I, but my wife really wants to see the Pokemon centers, go to the Pokemon stores and all the cool stuff. So we're gonna do that. And then at some point, I will go to Scotland. Those are the 2 countries I'll travel to, once each, and I'll be in the US other than that. Honestly, other than that, if they could bring a Pokemon center here, I'd probably never travel outside the US. So. If it wasn't for the Pokemon Center, I probably wouldn't travel out of the U.S. ever in my lifetime. Other than that, I don't have any want or need to. The only reason I want to go to Scotland is because, I have, very loose family roots out there at this point. It's been generations and generations and generations, but it'd just be cool to see, and it's a pretty country. So I'd love to go see it just once, but not 100% necessary in my book. If I never get to go, it won't bother me. If I never get to go, it won't bother me. Yes, twins. I do very well. I do very well, twins. No burpees for me. That's too much cardio. That's pretty good, Colt. Yeah, that's about right when once you're experienced and seasoned as a trainer. 45 is very doable. That's very doable. How much do I pay for this gym membership? My gym membership is complimentary. I don't pay for the gym membership. Yeah, my gym membership is comped. Because I don't know, because I don't. I mean, I probably have a couple. $40 a month is the usual membership cost here. All right. What weight's on here now? What did we say? That was 115, right? 120, 125, 135, 145. So there should be 145 on the bar now. Should be 145 on the bar now. Approximate. I have no idea what this bar weighs. We're doing a small estimate of 20 on the bar. Someone said 25. I'm not estimating that high. Yep. Let me go get the 2.5. We're going to go up again. Oh yeah, always put in the work. Always put in the work. All right. We're gonna do 150. Did I play any sports growing up? No. No. Just powerlifting. I'm a powerlifter. That's all I do. Right now, Eric, powerlifting is my gig. Bench is my specialty, followed closely by deadlift. So. We might do some military press tonight. I don't know what we're doing for shoulders yet. Maybe dumbbell. I think we're doing dumbbell tonight on shoulders. Bench is my specialty. Bench is my specialty. Love bench press. It's my favorite movement. It's not changing. Not changing. The eccentric is very controlled. I promise. You've been saying the same thing for like 10 minutes. 225 isn't a bad start. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not bad. It's not bad. Colby. You're getting there, Colby. You're getting there. All right. One more curl. One more curl tonight, guys, and then we got to do shoulders. One heavy single. $150 is what we got on here now. Let's go ahead and grab it. I like military presses. I'm a fan. I prefer seated press, but I'll do standing from time to time and then dumbbell seated. Yeah, I'm the only guy in here. A spotter for curls? I've never heard of spotting for curls, man. We're about to do, we're gonna do probably 3 sets. 3 sets. Probably do 3 sets. Let me get a, where's our, there it is. We're not gonna do a ton of shoulders tonight. Not gonna do a ton of shoulders tonight. Just something light, guys. Just something light. All right, something light, guys. Warm up with 55. Warm up with 55, and then we'll see what we do from there. See what we do from there. Yeah, a little warm up set. Little warm up set. We have 2 different goals. We have 2 different goals, it sounds like, Meza. We have 2 different goals. My goal is to have a strength-focused workout. A strength-focused workout. It's 2 different goals, I promise. All right. Go 80s for 3. Let's grab the 80s and grab 3 reps real quick, guys. Just 3 reps. Eccentrics, controlled eccentrics, great from time to time, guys. So, all right, we're gonna grab the 80s and we're gonna hit those for like a triple, I think. I'm gonna hit these 80s for a triple. Be a really nice hotel gym. All right. Yep. All right, we got the 80s. We're gonna grab these for a triple. Just 3 reps. Yep. Yeah, around 40 kilo, give or take. Maybe a little bit less. It's 80 pounds. Not quite 40 kilo, but yeah, we're gonna grab the hundreds next. So God bless. Do I enjoy working on khakis? Yes. Quite enjoy working on khakis. Start over, redo it. All right. We're gonna grab the 100-pound dumbbells next. 100-pound dumbbells next. And like 1 or 2 reps. 1 or 2 reps on the hundreds. I'm gonna grab a little milk though before we grab the hundreds. What's that, Travis? We're nowhere near, we never said we were shaving my head, Julian. And that was a challenge one time and we didn't hit it. Travis, I'm gonna mute you if you keep spamming the start over. Please don't. Yep, a little bit of whole milk. A little bit of whole milk. That's how we do. This gym is my sponsor. This gym is my sponsor. Sandbags under my shirt. I'm not sure how that would help. I no longer manage this gym. I resigned that position. I resigned that position. What are you talking about? Help with what, twins? No. I'm 30 years old. I pay my own bills. I pay my own bills. It's a very interesting question. Why do you ask? Why do you ask? It's the first time I've ever been asked that. All right. I think rest time's over, guys. Rest time's over. Everybody progresses at their own pace, twins. I purchased my first house a lot younger than most people, so my bills are a lot lower on average than most because I got into my house earlier. So I bought my first house when I was like 23 or 24. So I got started a lot earlier than most people with most of those things. Like I had my first child when I was 17. I bought my first house when I was 23 or 24, somewhere in there. So I started a lot of those adulthood items earlier. So I worked a lot. Yep, let's go. I worked a lot. I was in the automotive industry. I was a mechanic, and then I did some other stuff in the automotive industry post that, but pretty much all automotive is how I made my living then. So, hundos, let's go. Yep, let's go. Yep. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Let's go. They moved twice, Ethan. They moved. How is the ego lifting if they're moving? Why am I not sweating? I don't sweat that much. I don't sweat often. Sometimes I sweat. Usually when I'm wearing the shirt, I sweat. No, I'm gonna stay natural. Let's see. Hold on, I'm checking chat, guys. That's not what. So Macario, I don't think you understand how strength training works. It sounds. So time under tension is great, but you don't have to have these really long eccentrics on your reps to have growth, right? There's different ways to lift that encourage different things. So I weigh 180 currently, Ethan. My bench is 365. My total is 1240. So we power lift around here. Exactly, David. And you know what? We're gonna do barbell rows tonight. Six days a week. Universal. I lift 6 days a week. There's always going to be haters. Anytime someone sees you doing something and they're sitting, the problem is, all right, so people have a tendency to try and bring others down when they're not doing what they should be doing. Does that make sense? So that's the best way to explain it. When they're not doing what they should be doing, they want to bring others down. The key, though, is to understand that's going to happen, and that if you're getting that kind of hate, you're doing something correctly. So they never throw any hate my way when we're on the bench, right? They leave me alone on the bench. There's literally nothing they can say. Literally nothing they can say. But what they don't realize is that all of these things that I do are very purposeful. The forms, the timing, the speed, the amount of reps, the forms, they're all intentional. Everything I do is very intentional. I don't do many things just to do it, right? Everything I do has a very, very set intention. So I don't currently host a website because I have a full schedule, twins. My website is currently not available. I have no availability. So I am 100% full. The only time I would take any clientele, which is what my website was dedicated to, is if they're actively competing or looking to actively compete. So. Appreciate it, Mike. Depends on the time of year, twins. So depending on the time of year, I have anywhere between, at my slowest times a year, I'll be training between 15 and 20 people. And then at my busiest, at my peak, I was training as many as 50, but I was training generally 40 actively, but I had 50 technically as clients. Some of them were just very spotty. But I reduced that down. I no longer train 40 people. I crunched my schedule down. I don't need that many clients. It's very inundating. It slows you down. You can't focus in as much. So your own personal health suffers, and then the results of your clients suffer when you have that many clients actively. So, but 40, I would say, was my peak that I was able to sustain. But I generally try and stay around 15 to 20 clients, active-ish, right? They take vacations and stuff, but even when they're on vacation, they have workouts. All right, a little warm up, get the blood flowing there to the back. No, most of my clientele is in person. The vast majority of my clientele is in person. When I had 40 clients, I had 0 online clients. All 40 of those people were in person. I worked for a big box gym called Move Fitness. I managed a Move Fitness as well. I managed 2 Move Fitnesses. But I worked for a big box gym called Move Fitness. I was one of their lead trainers before I was managing it. So not that was at my peak was 40. I reduced it. The 20 I train now are from a couple different locations. I don't have to train here. So I am not locked into only training people in this building. I can train people wherever I want. I'm my own fitness business now. So ugh. Yeah, so that's dependent on the client, Makari. There's a reason I went off on my own. It is the same company. So the ones in Spokane and the ones here in South Carolina were under the same brand. They were all Move Fitnesses, but it was privately owned here. So the owners were separate of the actual brand owner. Does that make sense? The person that owned the gyms was separate from the people that owned the brand. So Move was like a what am I looking for here? What's the word I'm looking for? Why can't I think of the word? Can't think of the word, guys. But yeah, so they were the brand of everything. They came in, they branded everything. They brought equipment, that kind of stuff. They invested heavily into the gyms. But so same company, franchise. That's what it is. Thank you, franchise. It was a chain franchise, yeah. That being said, you could do well as a trainer there, and you could take care of your clients, but they were, for lack of a better word, results was not the primary focus for Move Fitness in their training department. And I get it. Everybody's got to make money, right? Everybody's got to make money. I don't blame them. But results took a back seat to the point where if your clients succeeded too quickly and they were able to kind of start maintaining what they had built, or the weight loss that they had, and they're like, hey, I've lost the weight, or I feel like I'm comfortable doing it on my own, that was a negative to your pay. So you got demotions based around that. Vaguely. It wasn't like perfectly, that's not exactly how it worked, but if you didn't retain your clientele, even if they hit their goals and you got new clientele to replace them, you could be demoted. They did not want you to have clients stop training even if they saw the results. You had to convince them to keep training or keep them training. Does that make sense? That's not what I was about. That being said, I maintained top level, like the highest level trainer in the area while I was there. So yeah. I go out to work, and so training is my job. Training is my job. I get paid to train people. I'm a full-time strength trainer. I mean, I have some weight loss stuff too that I do, but generally strength training. Generally strength training. Most of my weight loss clientele are long-term clients that I've, well, honestly, no long-term weight loss clients left. They've all kind of lost the weight. They've all kind of lost the weight. I had some that have come back, took a break. Generally, mostly strength training now. I have like one or two weight loss clients left. All other than that, it's all strength training right now. And those same weight loss clients are also wanting to strength train specifically once they get done losing the weight. So yeah, that was the idea. They build up their clientele and they'd roll out. I worked for Move Fitness for 3 years one of which I was 1.5 years I was managing them, and then the other 1.5 years I was a trainer, right? So I just don't do shrugs. They're not part of my routine. And that's okay. Ugh. I'll tell you what. It's very rare that I see. I've implemented shrugs before. Didn't see any significant difference in results from shrugs. They were just kind of time consuming. They obviously do work. They're just, I wouldn't say they're a top tier movement. They're not something I would derail any of my other movements for. I wouldn't spend the energy to derail a movement for them. You're hitting most of those muscle groups you're gonna hit during my other movements anyways. I don't really need shrugs specifically. If you're trying to specifically target it, sure, but I don't need it. All right, let's grab this row real quick, guys. Yeah, I deadlift 3 or 4 times a week. So generally 3 times a week I deadlift. We'll deadlift tonight actually. So sandbag. I still don't understand how the sandbags are helping me in my lifts. If you can, I want you to explain how the sandbags help before you accuse me of having them under my shirt. What are they doing? What are the sandbags doing to help me? What are they? A counterbalance? I don't understand. Wow. I've seen that guy, Mike. I have. The guy that only trains one side, his neck is like this far out on one side. His like head is leaned over. Have you guys seen that guy? He's training one side, purely one side, and he's like this. It is nutty. It is not good for you. It can't be, right? I mean, you're gonna have the worst like neck cramp. I feel like the worst neck cramp. The dude's training to hold his cell phone without having to move his head, right? So he's trying to get to the point where his cell phone is just perfectly, he doesn't have to move his head to hold his cell phone while he walks, right? He can do a honestly, if he evens it out, as long as he evens it out at some point, I don't think he'll see a significant issue, but he has to do it sooner than later. If he leaves it like that for a long period of time, he probably will see some like actual like issues as far as like his permanent posture of his neck might be slightly slanted, right? So it's like people that sit in front of like if you sit at a computer in a hunch, people that do that for years and years and years, sitting like this, right? You'll start to actually develop issues in your upper back, right? Just like your natural posture will change. And you'll actually have to train yourself to bring that posture back. And posture is everything, guys. So if you're having trouble confidence-wise, if you feel like you're not up here with your confidence, or you feel like other people don't feel like you're up here with your confidence, and this is going to be for a lot of you that are trying to find dates, all right? You guys always ask me because I'm married. I don't have a lot of advice in that field because I've been married since I was, a teenager, just about. So, but posture, if your posture isn't good, guys, you're going to struggle, all right? I want you to look. Up here, good posture, it makes a big difference. Poor posture, you look soft in this posture position, right? Confident, not confident. Everything also looks smaller in this position, right? Larger, smaller. That's the biggest thing. If you fix your posture, you'll see a big difference in how people view you. Yep, chest should be up, shoulders pinched. So if you're ever going out and you need, if you're ever going out and you feel like, if you're ever going out and you feel like you need that extra confidence boost, going to a job interview or something, just remember, chest out, roll the shoulders back and relax your arms. That's going to be your best, most confident posture position, right? Regardless of your build, regardless of your build. Regardless of your build. What is BRC even saying? I haven't seen. You're talking about your 320-pound deadlift, BRC? What's that supposed to? My deadlift is 490 currently, BRC. 490. 490. I weigh 180 with a double. I have about a double body weight bench, like just approximately a double body weight bench, and a 490 deadlift. My bench is more than your deadlift, BRC. My bench is more than your deadlift. I have 45 pounds on your deadlift with my bench press at 180-pound body weight, BRC. There's your answer. There's your answer. I'm 5'11", 5'11". It's crazy trying to talk trash about someone else's lift by saying you have a deadlift that's less than their bench. I don't get how that's making you sound better. It's not even a higher number. You're not even saying like my deadlift is higher than your bench. You claimed a deadlift lower than my bench. You said a 320 deadlift. I don't understand where you're going with this. I don't understand how you're trying to. See, now BRC is just trolling. He's lost the battle on the numbers. So now he's just trolling. In fact, hold on. This is like your deadlift right here, isn't it? This is like a little bit more than your deadlift. We got triceps next. We got triceps next. Oh, rubber plates in the gym. There's good and bad about the rubber plates, in my opinion, but I do preference the metal plates. I've seen people pass out while deadlifting. Yes, 100% Ghost, 100%. Except BRC, he's just trying to be a troll. He's just trying to be a troll. But that's okay, you know? Some of us don't have anything better to do, I guess. Some of us just don't have anything better to do. Am I related to Ed Sheeran? No. I get that question often, though. I get that question often. Maybe you guys should ask him. Maybe you should go ask him. Has anybody asked him? All right. Even if I said yes, would you believe me? Even if I said yes, would you believe me? That's the thing. I don't. I'm natural, 100% natural. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. 5 years. 5 years I've been lifting. That's a good one, Douglas. I like that. I like that. 5 years training. 5 years training. All right, another triceps. Another set of triceps here. I'm gonna start implementing potentially another tricep movement this week as well. I'm 30 years old. 30 years old. Is the car running though, Alex? That's the real question. 365 is my bench currently, Stealthy. 365 is my bench currently. We tried for 370. We just barely missed it tonight. 490 BRC. 490 is my deadlift. You're welcome. I powerlift. Bodybuilding isn't really my gig. I preference powerlifting. I've never done a PR, like an absolute like gassed pull up, but I want to say I've done 2 plates once. My body weight is 180. Yeah, so powerlifting workouts luckily have a decent bit of rest time built in, so it makes the chat management a lot easier. Also, I can see chat from here, so. And I'm in no rush. Yeah, the rest is definitely, there's a reason for the rest times. Powerlift, so if you want to competitively powerlift, you got your 3 big lifts: bench, squat, bench, deadlift, right? You got to train those specifically, right? You can do bench only, or you can do push-pull only, but then you got to find a federation that has active meets in your area, sign up for the federation, sign up for a meet, get your singlet, get you a belt, show up. And some socks. Everybody forgets you need long socks for deadlifting. Almost every federation requires some form of long sock for deadlifting so you don't bleed on the bar. Yeah, about 81 kilo probably, somewhere in that ballpark. Just pre-workout and creatine. Well, my lifts are heavier than yours, BRC, so I'm going to keep with my program. You can keep with yours. We'll check back in 5 years and see where we're at. All right. Another set of 7 here. Yeah, so when you're deadlifting, in a powerlifting setting, the knurling on the bar is very sharp. It digs in. They do not want your grip failing, right? So you're going to lose calluses. Your grip is not going to be the issue, I promise, in a powerlifting meet, or it shouldn't, right? It digs in. It's like barbed wire on a bar. So when you're dragging that up your shin, right, it drags against your shin bone, right, and it tears up the skin. So I don't know what to tell you, BRC. My program works. My lifts are here. We'll check back in 5 years, BRC. You can check back with me in 5 years. If you've surpassed me, we'll discuss it. I doubt it. All right. If you're lifting the way you're saying you're lifting, I'm gonna be just fine. You do you, I'll do me, and we'll both see our own results. That's the great thing about lifting. Everybody can do their own thing. What I do doesn't affect you. What you do doesn't affect me. So, yeah. One more set here, guys. Rarely, extraordinarily. Well, so every workout's gonna approach that point, right? You're gonna have that. But if you're talking about specifically like high rep, lower weight movement, it's a rare occasion in my program. If that's what you're talking about, like that bodybuilding-esque type movement, it's rare. So. No, creatine wouldn't be considered a steroid. Creatine is going to help you with, recovery, and you will see a difference in your recovery. Therefore, you're going to see a difference in, your strength and your muscle mass and things along those lines. Creatine is an assist to your recovery times and everything else. So it helps you heal efficiently. So, I eat 5,000 calories a day, and I eat 300 grams of protein. So early on, creatine can make you feel a little fluffy, but that usually goes away after a little while. So, BRC, crazily enough, I do pretty well athletically. My joints feel great as well. I don't know what to tell you. You're reaching to try and find something I'm not good at. You're reaching to try and find something I'm not good at, and you're failing at it. 40-yard dash? I haven't timed my 40-yard dash. I'm pretty quick. Pretty quick. I've got good endurance. We've proven all this on stream. I can do 52-inch box jumps. I can do what, was it 40 dips without gassing, probably 80 push-ups without gassing, one set. What did we do the other night? We did a 60-second challenge. It's on my channel. Was it 60 push-ups in 60 seconds? I just do BRC. I've tried explaining it already. So... All right, we're gonna hit some deadlifts, guys. They're very, very good dips. We did them on stream 2 days ago. 2 days ago. We did 40 in a row. And we had more in the tank. That was just the number we promised. That was just the number I said I was going to do. What was it? I just posted the short. We did 21 one-arm push-ups. Each arm. One set. Okay, congrats. You weren't there? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you want me to say. Well, we said we'd do 40. I don't usually do anything over 7 reps. It was for the laughs. I can do dips with 5 plates attached to me. We've done dips with 5 plates. We have that recorded as well. All right, I'm gonna grab this bar out of the thing. We attempted 370 tonight. We just barely missed it. We're gonna go for it again tomorrow. It's definitely in the tank, James. We had a little bit of a snag on 365 over the last 2.5 weeks, but that's not abnormal. Nothing abnormal. All right. $370 is fighting us. Once in a while, we hit one of those numbers that takes us 2 or 3 weeks to break. Mostly mental. Also, I told you guys I've been very busy, so very low energy recently, which is unfortunate, but you got to do what you got to do. Family stuff takes precedence, right? Well, you know what I'm saying? Family takes precedence. So, all right. Yep. All right, little 225 warm up, guys. There's BRC's bench. If that. What's your bench, BRC? You never said what your bench was. That seems like pretty light work. And why would I ever want to do CrossFit? It's like the worst version of fitness. It's like the worst version of fitness. This is a public gym. Whose bench is 40 pounds? Zach, whose bench? BRC's? He wants me to cut 20 minutes of my stream just for his challenge. My bench is 365 currently, Zach. We already benched tonight, though. Same stuff, Reggie. Same stuff. BRC's yet to mention his bench press. It's surprising, isn't it? They never do. They always come in here with advice, and they're like the most knowledgeable fitness guru you've ever met. Appreciate it. Yeah, my body weight. So when we originally hit that, I was probably about 5 pounds lighter. It was about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe. But we've since put on. I won't put on like 5 pounds since we originally hit like 175. So I don't struggle with endurance, BRC. We did 2,000 push-ups in like an hour. I have that posted on my channel too. You can go check that out. My endurance is fine. You're gonna have to find something else, BRC. You're gonna have to find something else. I don't know what to tell you. I work in the fitness field, BRC. I constantly move weight around all day. My endurance is great. I used to coach CrossFit classes, guys. Just so you know, I used to coach CrossFit functional fitness classes. My endurance is fine. Solid work, Zach. BRC, what's your bench press? I really need to know. What's your bench press, current BRC? What's your bench press? Like your 1 rep PR, feeling good day. What's your bench press? Current. And you don't have to tell me your body weight. You don't have to tell me your body weight. I just want your bench press. We're not. I don't think I'm gonna get the answer. I turned on all chat to make sure I see it, BRC. I turned on all chat for a couple minutes to make sure I see it. Just specially for your bench press PR. What is it, BRC? Or did BRC leave the chat now? He's got to get the Cheeto dust off first. 225 is solid work, Alex. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. $100%. That's what happens, right? That's what happens. That's what happens. So, they hit some arbitrary goal in their head, and great to hit goals. Love it, right? But some goal they made in their head that makes them this elite coach now, right? And most of the time, and it happens to everybody. I'm going to be honest. Every single person you see coaching started in a position where they probably shouldn't be coaching. Almost everybody, right? Almost every new coach is not ready to start coaching when they start coaching. Why though? Why? Because they have no idea what to do when it comes to coaching. Coaching out of a book and coaching in reality are two very different things. You can go to the school for as many years as you want. Go to any school you want to learn how to coach. You show up, your life is going to be completely different. There's no way to teach coaching. Coaching has to be learned on the job. You are going to have failures when it comes to coaching. You're going to have people you couldn't motivate, people you couldn't keep on track, things like that, right? You're going to have failures early. You have to learn while you're doing it. Go to the school, do that part, have the base of knowledge, but to coach, you have to just do it. You have to. And you have to look the part. That's going to help you. All right. Yep. What's my max bench? 365 is my PR at the moment. Yeah, a lot of coaching isn't even actually like the training side of things. As a coach, you're also gonna so a lot of the times coaching is more psychological than anything, right? People that aren't always, what's the best word? No matter how much you motivate somebody, right? No matter how much you motivate somebody, they're going to have bad days, and you've got to learn to make them want to show up on those bad days. And then you've got to make them want to come in just because you ask them to. If you can't develop that relationship with the person you're training, to where they show up even on their bad days because they know they're supposed to be meeting with you, you're going to lose as a coach. You got to learn to develop friendships and develop like good relationships, professional relationships with your clients. That's going to be the key. That's success or not success. So. Yeah, and I love coaching people, anybody that's serious. I love, and that's the part that really about coaching that a lot of people don't get, or that you can't get too drawn into, right? We all want the people that are super successful, but those aren't the ones that make us better as coaches, right? The thing that makes us better as coaches are the ones that are difficult to coach because you have to learn to coach them. I wish I could just have people that show up, and are just there, like with no issue, never miss a day, but I wouldn't grow as a coach, right? So I got to have one or two clients that are tough, right? Got to have one or two clients that are tough because you won't grow as a coach otherwise. Yeah, as long as they care. As long as they care. That's what matters, right? I can tell you it's not universal, but about 70%, 7 out of 10 clients, I can tell you if they actually care within the first 20 minutes of talking to them. So a spotter for no spotter needed for deadlift. We're gonna be okay. No spotter needed for deadlift. Yeah. There we go, 405. You just got done running marathons. Your endurance is probably going to be great. Depends on your goal. There's not really a lot of advice I could give without knowing more information. But you've at least got the endurance base. You got the drive, Start lifting heavy, eating well, and you'll eating more calories, higher protein, good carbohydrates, and you'll see your numbers increase. Who's talking? Yeah, Egg, what's your bench, Egg? Yeah, I am married. I am married. I am. That is not my gig, Zach. It's not my gig. It's not who I am. Married and have 3 children. Yep, just me and my thoughts in the gym. Just my brain. Well, that's unfortunate, Zach. God bless. Hopefully you figure out the other end of that. That's just not how I live, Zach. To each their own. I guess me and you have different versions of what benefits are of being a coach. I like helping people be their best self. Be their best self. That's legitimately like what I want to do. I have not always been a super healthy and fit person, and I wanted other people to also get to share in that experience because it is life changing. So I went from being 117 pounds at 25 years old, benching 75 pounds the first time I ever benched, around 75 pounds on a Smith, mind you. And 5 years, 180 pounds, 181 pounds, somewhere in that ballpark. 30 years old now, and my bench is 365. So in 5 years, we've had almost just short of a 300-pound increase on the bench, which is solid number. Solid results. Solid results. Yeah, it's great. 300 kilo is solid work. Squat is definitely my most lackluster lift. I am not shy to say that, but I have reason for that. Squat is my worst lift, mostly because I only trained squat for repetition for a long time because I didn't squat in competition. I was a bench specialist. I only benched for a while. I love bench press. It's still my favorite. But I knew I would want to eventually branch out. So I moved from a bench only to a push pull. And then over the last year, I have moved into a full SBD. So squat is definitely something we're developing. We've increased the squat over 100 pounds in the past year, which, that being said, that's an increase of 100 pounds plus in the last year. A lot of that was already there. We just didn't know it was there, right? So a lot of those PRs came very fast because the strength was already there. We just had to adjust and critique ourselves a little bit. But because before I started doing full SBD competitions, the heaviest I was squatting was like the mid twos because there was no reason. Hold on. I believe he hit it. Usually people won't lie about competition weight because it can be checked. We got Robin in here that doesn't believe I'm lifting the weight I'm lifting. I don't know what to tell him. We're still warming up, Robin. Yep. All right, let's add some more weight. We've yet to see a bench number from any of the trolls. I always ask our trolls what their bench number is. I believe you. I don't need to check it right now. Alex doesn't think I don't think he's. Because he said it was his squat or his bench, Alex. If it's his squat, I could see it. What's up, Shady? I've seen a handful of 600-pound plus squatters in competition at local level here even, and if he's competing that at a world level, then he would probably need at least a 600. Yeah, Alex. So I've seen in local competition out here, I've seen as high as like 650, 680 squat. It's not a super abnormal thing to see in comp. So appreciate it, Ed. What's 167.5 kilos in freedom units, guys? Can anybody give me that in freedom units? It's not 390, is it? Is 167.5 times 2.2. What is that? I'm not doing that math in my head right now. Is that 390? 368.5. So we're about the same on the bench. All right. We're about the same on the bench. Okay, so I've got him by 10 pounds on the bench. Either we're almost identical on the bench. Or almost identical on the bench, within a couple pounds. He's got me on the squat though, for sure, 100%. That's solid work. Is your screen name your actual competitive name? Is your screen name your actual competitive name? Is that your real name? Can I look you up by that name? Hey, BRC's here. BRC's here. He still hasn't told us his bench, but BRC's here. Okay, I'll look, guys, if you're in the Discord, I'll look you up later, and I believe you, but I'll look you up later and I'll fact check it. But I have no reason not to believe it. If you're competing at a world's level, that would be numbers I could see happening, yes. And his numbers make sense, like the ratios make sense to me, right? So BRC, what's your bench? Why are you hiding from us? Why are you not telling us? Why are you not being like giving us the information, man? It's a sad time, sad time. I'm just asking a simple question. I've answered all of your questions. 230 bench. Not bad. You're getting there, BRC. You're getting there, BRC. I don't see where you qualify to tell me how to bench or do anything, or tell me how to lift. Sorry, or call me or say anything about my coaching methods. 20 pull-ups. That's a good start, BRC. It's a good start. It's a good start, BRC. You're getting there. No hate. No hate. No hate, BRC. I think I'm going to run one more set of bench, guys. I think I'm going to run one more set of bench. Okay, Jim's not here to tell me, though. That's the thing. I'm going to run one more set of bench, guys. What do you guys think I should bench? Hold on. So, let's do like an endurance run, guys. Let's do like an endurance run. What do we got on here? All right, so this is the 230. Since we had so many bits of advice, just let me know if you critique or tweak anything. There you go. That's a good collar. This collar is a little loose. That collar will work, right? So this is 230 BRC. This. There you go. Let's. What do you guys want to do? What should we do with it? BRC, what do you think we should do with it? It's not a myth, BRC. It's not a myth. Hold on. There's so many ways to train. So many ways to train. So many ways to train. That was my study. That was my case study right there. That was my case study. Was that? So the fact of the matter is, if my bench keeps increasing, BRC, then what I'm doing is working. That's facts. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Regardless of your math, 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. It's a 300-pound increase on my bench over 5 years is pretty effective, BRC. Because it's not real science, Darren. It's not real science. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, Ilya. I'll look you up later. I believe you, Ilya. I have no reason not to believe you. You haven't trolled the chat or anything. So I have no reason not to believe you. I'll look you up. We'll talk about it. No, Mark. We had. Which Mark is this? We have a few Marks in here. Jay. Yeah, for bodybuilding, lower rest times is great, sure. Yeah, like I said, Shady, I believe him. The ratios that he's given and the numbers he's saying are very much what I would expect. Have I ever pinched a nerve? Once in my neck. BRC, I don't know what to tell you. It's working. It's working. I don't know what to tell you. BRC, yes. I used to have a universal rest time of 2.5 to 3 minutes. Guess where I saw better results? Longer rest times. I do this professionally, BRC. I don't think you understand. Elbow pain could be a lot of things, man. If you're getting it while you're benching, it could be the positioning that you're benching from. There's a lot of things that could cause elbow pain. Usually you'll get shoulder pain before elbow pain on the bench. What movement are you getting elbow pain with? I'm gonna be okay, BRC. I'm gonna be okay. I'm glad you've been training for a year and became a professional coach. I'm glad you've been training a year and became a professional coach. But, so we talked about the fact I'm gonna be squatting a few extra times a week. I'm gonna do some light squats tonight, nothing super heavy, and just get warmed up for the week. I normally do not squat without a spotter. I'm not gonna squat every day on stream because I need spotters. I preference a spotter, but I will be squatting 6 days this week. Now we're gonna squat on stream probably 2 or 3 times this week, maybe 4 times this week, but I gotta at least squat with a spotter once this week. So one of these nights I'm gonna squat with a spotter separately. Maybe I can get one in here, who knows? I never said it was a problem, BRC. You're the one making a claim, BRC. You're the one in here saying that what I'm doing is incorrect because it's not what you're doing, right? So, you got to realize you're the one coming with a claim that what I'm doing is incorrect. I never said that what you were doing, I didn't have any problem with it. If you like shorter rest times, that's great. But what I can say is what works for me. Okay, BRC, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck, BRC. But you're gonna have to understand that you're the one coming at my program that I personally use. So, and there is an error, and I hope BRC does achieve whatever he's trying to achieve at the pace he's trying to achieve it. But there is a period early on where you do considerably get stronger a lot faster. Typically slows down. But I hope it doesn't for him. I hope it doesn't. I hope everybody achieves their goals. Even RPE, even RPE, all right? I hope everybody achieves their goals, even RPE. I said his name, now he's gonna appear in the stream. BRC, that's not, we're not talking about it's different, that's a stream thing. You got to get more familiar with the stream. You're not going to understand that. That's a reference. That's a reference. God bless John Poe. Yes. Mostly heat and trying to keep it moving was how I did it. Red Riding Hood, trying to keep my neck moving and keeping heat on it. So that's solid work, Shady. Solid work. That's good stuff. 495 is heavy. It's good stuff. So yeah, I typically, anytime I get that kind of issue, obviously I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose or treat you in any form or fashion. But when I pinched a nerve in my neck, movement and heat, as much as tolerable for me was how I did it. So once again, I must reiterate, I am not a doctor. So. Conventional is the way to go. I'm a conventional deadlifter. We're not going to go super heavy on squat tonight, guys. Probably go up to like, 10 pounds or something. Maybe 20 if we feel strong, right? I have no idea where to set these bars. We're gonna have to guesstimate. So here's the thing I want to show you guys. I want you guys to pay attention to something super interesting, right? So you guys notice something here, all right? I want you to notice something, not on the camera, but that should be a decent angle. So am I saying your name correctly? Marichev? Is that right? Make sure I got your name right before I go on with this. Marichev, is that how you pronounce your name? Okay, I don't know if he's going to respond. So Marichev, I want you guys to notice that every time, like Marichev, right? Ilya. So Ilya, right? Ilya Marichev. I want you to notice something that they're doing that most of our actual competitive lifters that have been in the stream, outside of myself, right, also do. He came in here. Came in here and he stated his PRs, asked about our lifts, and then created a good, fun conversation about powerlifting, right? You notice that. Absolutely at no point did Marichev try and adjust what I was doing, try and give me advice that was unsolicited. That is the difference in people that actually lift and people that are trying to be fake coaches, right? Or inexperienced lifters. So all right, see you, Mike. So I'm going to tell you right now, that's the difference. That's the difference. I don't know how much we're going to do on the squat tonight, guys. I don't usually squat on Mondays. So. It does sound terrible to squat on Mondays. I think I'm going to go, I don't know if I'm going to go narrow or wide stance tonight. I kind of want to do a little bit of both all week, adjust my different stances. I've been trying a wider stance for a little while. I've been trying a wider stance for a bit, and I like it. But I feel like I'm getting too wide, and it feels good to an extent. Nice, Mirchev. I don't know that I saw your question. Yeah, so I've always been super competitive bench and deadlift, Mirchev. Squat has always been my weak spot because I didn't train squat for my first 4 years of lifting. I trained it to about 225, and that was the heaviest I ever squatted. Because I wasn't a competitive lift for me, so I didn't see a purpose in continuing training it beyond that at the time, right? And then when I decided to add squat into my routine because I got tired of competing with like 1 or 2 people and I wanted to compete in full SBD, so I had more people to compete with. It's great taking home gold medals, but I want to take home gold medals and beat 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 other people. I don't want to just beat one person, you know? So, want it to be a competition, not a give me, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to go wide for this first set. I can't see myself in the mirror, so I'm going to be relying on my intuition on depth, which I got to do anyways. Like I said, I like wide, but it still feels weird. How did BRC get back in here so quick? I think I'm gonna have to turn the other direction. I want to watch myself in the mirror because I felt myself over adjusting. And trying to look at the camera and squatting are not great. Not great. So we're gonna swap views. We're gonna swap views here. I'm also gonna have to switch this around, guys. I know, Darren, but so when you're in competition, you have the judges to judge you. I have to judge myself when I'm doing this because being that squat is such a new movement for me, even when I'm trying to, so I work different depths. So you guys have probably seen a couple of my squat videos. Some of them might come down to here, some might come down to here, and some might come down to here, right? There's 3 different positions you're always gonna see me working from, right? And sometimes even in the same sets. There's reasons why I work 3 different positions like that. I work different depth. It's to try and target areas that I feel like I'm lacking, right? So if I feel like I'm having issue at the top end of my squat, locking out, I'm gonna train that area a little bit more. If I'm having trouble out of the hole, I'm gonna train that area a little bit more. So with that being said, I also need to be able to see that I'm hitting the depth that I want. And it's hard to tell when you're locked in on a lift. So I kind of have to watch myself. In competition, the judges are watching me. So I just go for broke and hit as good depth as I can get, right? But when you're training, you want to know where you're at. So you don't have the backup of like, just drop as low as possible. You know what I'm saying? Let's swap the bar over, guys. Because I'm going to do it from this angle. No, I don't get back pain. My max, the heaviest I've ever squatted, and it probably wouldn't pass in competition, to be fair. It probably wasn't quite enough depth to be a competition lift. At least it didn't look like it to me. And I'm very hard on myself, but it was 385. That was the heaviest I ever squatted. So I don't think it would have passed competition. I think it was just above where it would need to be. But it wasn't a competition squat either. Ugh. I need to tighten this belt one more. Yeah, I gather, Darren. I gather, 100%. All right, put that plate back on. Nice, good stuff. Solid squat. So, all right. Also, another thing is, guys, a lot of people have always asked me why I don't use knee sleeves. Because I just don't. I don't know why. I understand the use of them. I've never liked them. That's a question I get a lot. Do I use knee sleeves in competition? I do not. So I train like I lift, right? I train like I lift in competition. That's why you'll very rarely see me in knee sleeves or elbow wraps or any kind of like or hooks, anything like that. No assists. So, all right, easy 225, easy 225. We're gonna grab this for like a double. Oh, that's a terrible angle. I'm sorry, guys. Boom, there you go. I am a little taxed, but it's all conditioning. This is gonna take a couple weeks to condition properly before we start going for PRs multiple times a week on squat. I don't know if I like that wide stance. I'm trying to like it. I really am. I feel like I get a better training out of it. I get better training. I feel like it feels better. It feels better. It moves very smoothly, but ugh. I'm trying to like it, Darren. I'm trying. It's a mental thing. I'm so used to. So mind you guys can't see it on camera, but when I squat, I'll have to go over there. I'll show you. But when I first started squatting, I was very hyper focused on a very close stance, feet almost together, because it felt really good. But yeah, I was definitely a very close stanced squatter prior. So. This is probably the heaviest we're going to go tonight. I don't have a spotter, so, and I'm very taxed, so. I don't know if I'm going to go close or wide for this one. Honestly, I don't know that I've ever tried this one wide. So, I don't know if I've ever tried this one wide. You know, I have. I've done this wide. I've definitely done this wide. All right, let me grab some milk. And then we'll grab some weight. All right. Yeah. So, for those of you that have always wondered, how much weight does Chris normally squat in training without his spotters when he has to squat without his spotters? This is usually where I stop without a spotter. I will once in a blue moon go up to like 330, 335 without a spotter, but my depth suffers when I don't have a spotter because it's a comfort thing. So I start to cut my depth without a spotter. So that's why I try to only squat with spotters. Yep. Changed my stance and it didn't feel good, but I got it. So changed my stance. It didn't feel as good. I probably should have stayed wide. Wide felt way better. I don't know, guys. I keep changing back and forth. They both feel about the same for me, I guess. I narrowed it up a little bit more, but I didn't go super narrow. So, but I feel like my glutes moved a little left on it. Felt like it wiggled a bit. Not much. It probably wasn't noticeable, but I felt it. I felt it. I also felt like I got real close to this bar. So equipment squat. I was gonna say 330 without spotters is bold. What's that? I appreciate it, Darren. I appreciate it. All right, let's I don't want to go any heavier without a spotter, guys. I don't usually squat on Mondays, and I'm trying not to spend too much energy, so we're going to do a drop set, but we're not going to do a ton of reps. We'll try 320 tomorrow, and then we'll do 325 the next day, and maybe 330 the day after that. We'll just climb at 5 pounds a day without a spotter and see how heavy I'm comfortable going without a spotter. But we're not going to go any heavier than 315 tonight. Let's drop it for 7. Let's drop it for 7. Let's just tonight is like a fact-finding mission, right? So tonight we're just kind of looking for our what's going to be comfortable 6 days a week, because we're going to be squatting 6 days this week. We're going to be squatting 6 days this week. All right, let's grab this. No, I moved for 7 reps. We did 315 right before that. We did 315 right before that. It depends on your goals, how heavy you need to go. Depends on your goals. I weigh 180 at the moment. $180 at the moment. Why am I not confident? I feel like I'm pretty confident. Yoshi, we still have some calisthenics to do. Yoshi. All right. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty confident. Session went good. We're adding in 6-day-a-week squat, so just creatine and pre-workout for my training. So are your lifts all equipped, Marichev, or do you compete raw normally? Or do you compete raw normally? Because I know you said you did some equipment lifts. Are all your meets equipped? Completing both? Okay. So you're okay, cool. I'm not a big fan of equipped lifting personally. Not my gig. It's a different type of lifting, but I feel like it's arbitrarily trumped up numbers, you know? That's a lot of kilos regardless, so it's a lot of kgs. But never got into equipped lifting personally. I get it, but not my gig, Raw is my favorite. Raw is always gonna be my favorite. That's a solid raw total. All right, we got some calisthenics to do, guys. As usual, we're gonna do physique while we do calisthenics. So I'll be right back. Equipment is definitely overpowered, yes. Let's see how the bulk is going. All right, now that we got our extra medium shirt off, not bad, not a bad bulking. I say that every night. I say that we don't do physique every night, but I say that every time we do physique. Not a bad bulk so far, guys. Not a bad bulk at all. Feeling pretty good. We're gonna do some dips and some pull-ups now. I should have a large chest, BRC. That's what comes with a 365 bench. That's what comes with this 365 bench. It's ratios, BRC. I have a 34-inch waist and like a 48-inch chest, all right? It's have a large pectoral. Ugh. So, all right. Let's get it. Shoulders are looking good too. Shouldies. All right. Let's do pull-ups, then dips. Pull-ups and chin-ups, sorry. All right. We're gonna do pull-ups and chin-ups because I know someone's gonna be like, that's a chin-up, that's a pull-up. All right. Set of 7. We're going to do 3 sets of those tonight. 3 sets of 7. Oh, they're looking pretty good during the bulk, right? Not bad. Not bad. I'm very natural. Yes, I am natural. I am 100% natural. All right. All right, another set of pull-ups. People have asked me if I was ever going to do a bodybuilding show, like lean out and do a bodybuilding show. I've been single-digit body fat in the past. I don't have a problem maintaining that. I just not the sport I want to compete in. It's not easy, don't get me wrong, but I could maintain it for a show. All right, let's grab this again. It's 7 pull-ups, BRC. Don't do anything over 7. Do anything over 7. We don't do anything over 7. Ooh. No, I'm okay, BRC. We do these just for the giggles. Just do these for the giggles. I say we do push-ups, though, tonight. I want to do push-ups tonight, guys. I want to do push-ups. I'm going to do push-ups tonight. Yeah, pull-ups have gotten a little easy. I'm sure there's ways I can make them harder. Hold on, guys. I'm setting the camera up. Very rare, Kid Yoshi, that I do weighted pull-ups. Do slow push-up into a massive push-up double clap. I'm trying to work out the logistics in my head. So a slow push-up and just a double clap. That's easy. That's easy enough. Double claps are easy play. Do we have any harder push-up challenges? Any push-ups? BRC, do you have any push-ups that you want to see? Body weight classing is super important, Mary Chad. I know you understand that. Low body fat is super what's the word I'm looking for? Important. I guess important would be the best word. I've tried to push into a standing position. The roof is too low for muscle ups here, BRC. We've talked about that. The roof is really low here. This is not like a super large town. It's a small gym. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just do one of each, guys. I think that's what we always end up doing anyways. I'm just gonna do one of each. That's what we always end up doing. I always end up doing way more. My box jump, Darren, is about 52 inches. My box jump is about 52 inches. So, all right. we're gonna need one thing for the end of these. Hold on. That's for later. That's for later. All right, let's get it. Yep. We'll start with just a standard push-up and then we'll play games. All right? Ha. Ah, felt good. Felt good. To answer the question, I can jump high as well. Ooh. I don't do handstands. I don't do handstands. Let's go do the box jumps you guys were asking about. Let's go do the box jumps. You guys want to do box jumps? You guys want to do let's do one more set of push-ups, guys. We'll hit one arm push-ups, 7 on each arm. 7 push-ups on each arm. I wonder, hold on, can I do a Sphinx push-up on one arm? No, that's a weird angle. We did 21 one-arm push-ups on each arm Saturday. Because they're kind of easy, BRC, and I don't want them to spend energy that I want to spend on the bench. Does that make sense? They're more endurance. They spend a lot of energy, but I don't want them taxing my lifts. So... Yep, that's it, Wills. No cardio here, BRC. No cardio in this stream. Not a single drop of cardio will be done today. We do like vaguely cardio-esque movements from time to time. Not on purpose. Not on purpose. I'm pretty good at cardio, by the way, guys. I am not bad at cardio. I just don't, it's not part of my program. I take my program seriously, guys. I take my program seriously. So we want to see box jumps. Right? Box jumps. Box jumps. Should I go get a... So this is the biggest box we have. Luckily, it flips up on its side too, because this is kind of short. This is like toddler jumps. So we're gonna give it over. This is the highest our boxes go, guys. If I had a bigger box here, I would get a bigger box. I want to say it's like 42. I don't know. I don't know. All right, see you, Mike. They don't stay a mile. They slide. I would, but they slide. If you guys want to see my actual box jump PRs, if you type in box jumps on my channel, I have another gym when I was at Move. I was doing higher box jumps on plyo boxes. I was able to, they Velcro together. So one leg, we might do one leg. Let me get a better camera angle for you guys. Hold on. Yeah. Backwards. What you guys think? Backwards? Let me put the other box behind it. So don't go nowhere. Can I do a backflip off it? No. I don't do backflips. I probably could. I'm not going to. My box jump is 52 inches. That's the highest I've ever done, I believe. Reversing the video? Live reversing the video. Live reversing the video. Let me go get a weight vest. Let's go get a weight vest. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, we already squatted, so we don't got to worry about squats. We don't got to worry about squats. I'm gonna take this with me as well. Hold on. Ooh, I hit the roof. I hit the roof. I shouldn't have done that. I think I hit the ceiling with the box. I need to stop playing around with the box. Bad idea. Bad idea. All right. Woo-wee. That is why I can't do muscle ups at the gym. I love bench press, my favorite movement. I love bench press, it's my favorite movement. Why are you crying? There's no reason to cry, this is a happy place. It's a happy place, God bless. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's late. Regardless of who's in here, I'm gonna do the same exact thing I'm doing now. My most disliked movement that I dislike? I have no idea. Lunges. Weighted lunges are probably the one I dislike the most. I dislike the most. Where's my tank? I need to grab my tank. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my tank. Extra medium tank, guys. Extra medium tank. Nice. Nice, Marichev. If you're ever in the US, let me know, Marichev. We'll do a workout. I'll run you through my bench routine. You can run me through your deadlift routine, all right? Let me know. All right. Yeah, we could do some lunges. Y'all want to do a couple lunges? That could be our last leg movement for the night. Our last leg movement for the night. What do y'all think? Like 135? Yeah, I used to be a bench specialist, Demi, but I do full SBD now, with the S being an asterisk next to it at the moment. But we're working on it. A lot of hours. Ugh. All right, we're gonna do some lunges, I guess. 135. 135. All right, getting the bar ready, guys. Getting the bar ready. All right, bar is prepped. Let me move some stuff out of our way, and then we'll do these lunges. Move this stuff out of the way. My dumbbells for shoulder press are still on the floor, so I had to get those scooted away from us. Back onto the rack. All right. Now, camera angles, guys, what do we think? Like this? And I'll just lunge to you. I'll just lunge to you. I forgot how close this squat rack is now. Hold on. We're gonna change spots. We're gonna change spots. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Change spots. I'm gonna move you guys down a little bit more, and we're gonna utilize this area here. Hold on. So, there we go. All right, I'll be right back. All right, lunges. To you guys and back to here. Yep. How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. I'll be back. I'm gonna take the bar back over there. Oh. Felt good. You want to have a good workout, guys. Lunges with squats. 135 lunges with squats. What are you talking about, Sesame? We're on hour 3 of our workout, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps a lot. 3 hours of this. 3 hours of this. What's wrong, Sesame? What looks sus? Oh, Lord. Deep breaths. Yeah, I'm by myself in here, generally. Got all the plates to myself. All the plates to myself. Appreciate it, Demi. All right, we're gonna go put that bar up, guys. Spinach, I don't eat green vegetables. I don't eat any green vegetables. Ugh. We've benched, curled, shoulder press, rowed, tricep extension, deadlift, squat, pull-ups, push-ups, box jumps in a weight vest, lunges, more squats, squat lunges. Donations do help a lot. I don't ever expect those, but if you guys can super chat, it helps out. It supports a great deal. In fact, it helps directly support some cool stuff I'm going to be doing very soon. I just ordered a camera. So we're going to be doing a time lapse of me building a garage gym. I just ordered the camera, so that should be here soon. And I plan on doing just one little fun stream on a Sunday. I'm gonna hire a boxing coach, a professional boxing coach, to come in here and do some mitt work on a Sunday. So that's also in the works. Obviously, not cheap endeavors. I appreciate it, Kid Yoshi. I appreciate it. But that's the kind of stuff you guys help support. That and my milk habit. You know, I drink a lot of milk, so appreciate it, Yoshi. Helps out a lot. I don't like to box, but everybody's wanted to see me box. So we'll do some speed bag work right now. You guys throw some likes my way. I'll throw some speed bag work in. I think my speed bag is flat. Let me not lie to you guys yet. Let me check my speed bag. I think it's flat. It is pretty flat. Let's see if we can get anything out of it. See if we can get anything out of this speed bag right now. Appreciate it, Kid Yoshi. Yeah, Kid Yoshi supplied our milk for tomorrow. There you go. For those of you guys that don't know, my monthly budget for milk sits somewhere around, we did the math, $300 or $400 for all of my milk every month, including the milk I keep at the house. My personal milk, the Fairlife, is about $150 to $200 a month, give or take. So that's my milk budget. I have a milk budget, guys. It is a little flat, but we're gonna try No, Fairlife's about $5 a bottle. $5 a bottle. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. That area, at least. The ultra pasteurized stuff, yeah. My milk gets, so I buy regular whole milk for the house, and then I have my workout milk, which is the Fairlife you guys see every night. So I have chickens. I don't have space for a cow at the moment, but I do have chickens. I've got enough land to have a decent bit of chickens, but no space for a cow at the moment. Yeah, good old Carowinds. All right. Good old Carowinds. Ugh. I wish it wasn't flat. Ah. I am married. Yes, I'm very much married. Very much married. Tony seems a little upset for some reason. Tony, what's your bench? What's your bench? What's your bench currently, Tony? That's the question. Before you come in here talking crap, you have to immediately say your bench. That's what I thought, Tony. That's what I thought. I think Thunk thought that you weren't going to give us your bench. Think Thunk thought it. Welcome to the stream, Tony. Welcome to the stream. Tony's keeps dusting off his Cheeto fingers before he types, so it takes him a minute. It takes him a minute. He's got to dust off the Cheetos between messages, all that Cheeto dust. It will, between the Cheetos and having to catch his breath between messages, you know, it takes a minute. It takes a minute. Also, you've got to type, and he's got to open ChatGPT every time and retype out, I need a new insult. He's like, what can I say that sounds tough? Enter. Things scared about. Tony, I curl your deadlift. I don't know. I curl your deadlift, Tony. I curl your deadlift, Tony. It's all right. It's all right. Welcome to the stream, Tony. Welcome to the stream, Tony. This isn't the place if you're trying to troll to have that low level tier of trolling. All right. You're going to have to come with like way higher tier trolls. All right. Need better jokes. Right now you're at like a D tier trolling level. need to be at least A tier in this stream. All right, at least A tier trolling. Oh, we're having a great time tonight, guys. No, I'm not tired. I'm doing great. Doing great. Just one scoop or one thing of pre-workout. What's up, Tony G? Just one little scoop of pre-workout, you know? Appreciate it. We have multiple Tonys in here, by the way, guys. So it might be a little confusing. I switch it up. Sometimes I take Rise, sometimes I take Transparent Labs, Podium, I've taken T4 in the past. It just depends. All right. Messed up. Sorry, guys. I need to fill this bag with air. Now my arms are starting to get tired, guys. They're starting to get there. Very much married, Tony. I don't know what to tell you. Pickett, we're gonna call him Pickett. Pickett, I'm very much married. And I don't understand the no reason thing. Fitness is a way of life. It's a great thing. It's something everybody should be involved with. Fitness is something everybody should be involved with. Okay. What time is it, guys? 2 o'clock? It's about trolling hour, right? It's about trolling hour. Garrett, what's your bench press? Welcome to the stream. That's the first question for everybody that enters the stream with any kind of trolling. I don't care how many accounts you have. Congratulations, Garrett. Garrett's not going to tell us his bench press. I'm guessing around 35 pounds. I'm guessing around 35 pounds. Not quite the bar. Not quite benching the bar. $450. Okay, yeah. You're an athlete, Garrett. What's your sport? What's your sport, Garrett? What's your sport, Garrett? You guys don't see the other messages that Garrett types. He typed a few other things before he set his bench, but wind sprints and track and you bench 450. I'll wait for the video. I'll wait for the video. I'll wait for the video. I'm gonna put you in a 60-second timeout, Garrett. I'm gonna put you in a 60-second timeout, Garrett. So when you get done with your 60-second timeout, you're in the timeout corner just for the moment, okay? I want you to come back a better person. It's too early in the morning for you to be this angry. It's what I do professionally, Tony. I'm a professional lifter. I'm a professional strength trainer, and I power lift. I'm a sponsored power lifter. I have a gym sponsor. 135, I have no idea, Mike. It's been so long since I did 135, since that was the PR attempt. So he's a wind sprinter. He's got a 450 bench. So he's a track and field athlete with a 450 bench with no proof of any of it, because typically, as an athlete, you'd have zero video proof, and he has multiple trolling accounts online. I have a feeling he's lying. 450 bench and track and field don't usually mix very well. So, well, I'll wait for your videos, Garrett. You can have 30 accounts. I don't care how many accounts you have, honestly. Look, there's another one. Garrett gone. That easy. It's not hard. Not hard. No, my bench is 365 currently, Tony. My bench is confirmed. I've proved my stuff, It's weird that he went with track and field as his athletic when he was asked his bench press, and he said that he had he said 450 plus. So hear me out, right? He says he benches 450 plus. No one that's benching 450 plus says 450 plus. They know what their number is, right? I don't say 360 plus. I say 365. No one that says 350 plus. No one does that. You know what your number is. You know what your number is immediately. I don't have a dream bench weight, Kid Yoshi. You don't have a dream bench weight. Bench is his keyboard. Garrett will be back. According to him, he has a lot of accounts. I can't wait to see what his next account is. No toot work here. Yes, no toot work. I don't plan on doing any footwork, no. It's an interesting thing to try and say I can't do it, though. It'd be very... Tony, I can't do anything about the chat. I can't do anything about the chat. You started what's going on there. Let's calm it down in the chat, though. Let's calm it down in the chat. Leave them be. Leave them be. Leave them be. Leave them be. Don't take it too far. Don't take it too far. It's okay, Tony. Yeah, I don't think anybody's meaning to be like that, Herman. I don't think that's the intent. I didn't read all the chats, to be fair, but I don't think that was anybody's intent, Herman. I don't think that was anybody's intent. Ugh. I don't think that's anyone's intent, but I don't see all the chats either. So you guys have to bear with me on the chats. Have to bear with me on the chats. See you, Tony. I don't think that's anybody's intent in the chat, but I don't see all the chats. I don't see all the chats. I also only vaguely have control over the chat, Herman. Herman, it's the internet. There's only so much you can do. Only so much you can do. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that happened. Ugh. I have chat filters on. There's only so much I can do, Herman. So if anybody said anything offensive, it got past the filters. So I have the traditional filters on, Herman. I'd probably, as much as I feel for you there, Herman, right? I wouldn't give out that much information online. People take advantage of that. They're not all as kind as our chat tends to be here, other than our trolls, of course. We have a very friendly community here, Herman. You're very welcome here, Herman. Yeah, I'm not in control of that. I'm not in control of that. But that's not what this chat is about, so we're gonna move on. I feel for you, Herman. Hopefully you and your family get past that. But this is a workout stream. We're gonna stick to fitness. We're gonna stick to fitness. We just got done working out, Kami. We just got done working out. We've been working out for 3.5 hours. So it is time. It is time. Let's see. I'd say creatine, yes. Hold on. We're going to go ahead and remove this guy from chat. Ooh, that easy. He's gone. Hold on. Boom. He's gone. That easy. All the best trolls, right? All the best trolls. We did, I think we went for 370. Didn't quite get 370 tonight. 365 is still our PR. I'm natural. I'm natural. Bench. Bench is my specialty. Bench is my specialty. All right, let's see what we got going on. I think I'm gonna call the stream for the night, guys. That's the workout. We've been working out for what is it now? 3.5 hours. So 3.5 hours. Have a good one, Herman. Have a good one. This is the longest stream I think we've run. I think we've done 3.5 or 4 hours before. So, Gio, I just saw your name, Gio. Did I say hello earlier? Or did you've been here the whole time, Gio? I feel like you haven't talked much. I feel like you haven't talked that much. I remember seeing your name earlier though. I feel like. There's a few different things, Jim. I don't want to make any recommendations just based on that information. I need to know why you're worried about spine compression. Like, is it an injury? So, but, all right, Tony, you're gone. We tried to give you a second chance, Tony. Bye, Tony. Oh, that's why. I was like, man, I would have said something to Gio. So Jim, that's a tough one. So extensions are really good. You could do some good mornings, but I would talk to your physician about it first and see what they maybe get some like a PT's opinion on what would be acceptable based on the level of issue or damage, because that's going to vary. Me personally, I would probably do like good mornings or something along those lines, like lighter good mornings or maybe banded good mornings. But that's me personally, because you're not going to put any weight on your spine really. It's more resistance based, but that's what I would do. But definitely speak with your physician first. So. I don't think that would stop me from working out, Wills, personally. But, I mean, if it's that bad, I understand it, I guess. All right, guys. But I'm going. I get caught up in the chat, guys. I keep talking. I keep getting caught up in the chat. You guys trying to keep me up all night. All right. I got to go get some sleep so we can work out again tomorrow. We're going to be squatting again tomorrow. My legs are probably going to be a little wonky tomorrow after those lunges. So, but I will see you guys tomorrow around 11 o'clock. So, see y'all then. Dairy and yogurt, typically sesame. Yogurt and milk. That's it. But all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.